Hey folks, Tom Norfleet with www.citizenshipquickly.com. This is our third part series on forming an offshore corporation to get your taxes down to zero. If that's as far as you want to go, because you can get your taxes as low as zero, depending on several factors. Let's start talking on a few factors here today. In the Cayman Islands, the government brings in income by relying primarily on custom duties, fees for work permits issued to expatriates, a variety of business licenses, tourist accommodation tax, and various fees imposed on financial services and tourism, which are the key industries in the Caymans. Typically, the import duty is 22% on any item imported into the Cayman Islands, although the levy will vary on certain goods, including vehicles, wine, spirits, and some food items. Work permit fees range from anywhere from hundreds of dollars, Cayman Island dollars, up to around 24,000 Cayman Island dollars per permit per year, and they're set to rise every year. The fees that mentioned would be a lot lower or not exist at all in Ecuador, because Ecuador has an income tax locally, but if your income is made outside the country, you would avoid this tax altogether. No matter what tax or medium tax country you're currently living in, there is a low tax country somewhere that you can have your business in that will save you a lot more money in taxes so you can reach your goals faster. Just think how much you could save if you were paying 50% of the money you make in taxes and you could reduce it down to 1 or 2%. This can be done. You need to have the right team to make sure that you're in compliance in the tax jurisdiction your business is working in and based on what your citizenship is. We will work with you to make sure that you're in compliance. What is your next step after setting up your offshore corporation? Well, once the offshore corporation is set up, you then would need to set up a bank account where you can charge people for your services or your product. You may or may not have to travel to the bank depending on your citizenship, where the company was incorporated, and what country you plan to do your banking in. You will feel relieved when the company account is set up because your asset protection will be a lot better and you'll be on your way to solving your tax problems. It's actually good to have your banking, number one, in one country, and number two, having your residency in another country, and number three, your company formed in another country, and then number four, your citizenship in another country. Popular countries that a lot of people use for their offshore companies are countries such as the Belize, Cook Islands, Anguilla, Gambia, which is in Africa, Cayman Islands, Antigua, Nevis, St. Kitts, Seychelles, Mauritius, British Virgin Islands, Hong Kong, Singapore, Bermuda, Bahamas, Jersey, and Isle of Man. Countries where English is either widely spoken or the main language that has no income or corporate taxes are countries such as Kuwait, the UAE, Anguilla, Bahamas, Bahrain, Bermuda, Cayman Islands, Guernsey, Jersey, Sark, British Virgin Islands, and Vanuatu. It's important that you comply with the tax laws in the country, and why wouldn't you? If you're doing it correct way, you can still get your income taxes down to zero. The USA has some of the strictest filing requirements in the world, and if you don't comply with these filing requirements, you can get severe penalties and interest charges and even go to jail. It's better to do it right the first time around. Whether you are in the USA or outside the USA, and you are a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and you have a problem with the tax system in the USA, then just relinquish your U.S. citizenship, but make sure that you have a new passport before you give up your other passport. If you have an offshore company and you still have ties to that other high tax country, you need to declare any type of ownership, whether that ownership is direct or indirect. Some offshore jurisdictions have no auditing requirements and some do. Some have no company fee requirements and some do. Some have no corporate and individual taxes, whether you do business in the country or outside the country, and some do. Our job is to steer you in the right direction by helping you, number one, set up an offshore bank account. Number two, get a second passport. Number three, set up an offshore company. I've helped many people solve their tax problems, but you have to be committed to take the first move for me to help you, or either continue to get beat up by the tax man year after year after year. That's your choice. If you're committed to want to learn the offshore system and lowering your taxes, you would have to fill out an online questionnaire application on our website. If you're not committed, I really don't want to start the process with you. You really need to be 100% committed to do this. Our consultation fee is not free. I'm sure in your business you don't work for free, and neither do we. If you cannot make a total commitment in moving forwards, then maybe you should hold off and just read our free information again that will educate you more and more and all this information you can get on our website, or look at our free videos. All our videos are free. You can go back and look at those. But all our videos will pretty much cover everything that we do. A phone call will be made to you after you have qualified, after we've qualified you, and after you have answered our online questions, and they've been sent back to our company. We will then evaluate these questions that you've answered to see if you're a good fit for our company to work with and to start the process. Our fees are not cheap, but our service is well worth what we are paid. If you're looking for the cheapest of everything, you can find it, but without the valuable advice. And then I won't be able to help you on that because we give good advice. It's not at a cheap price, but I can tell you, you'll get very thorough service in what we do. If you're looking for the cheapest of everything that you can find, but like I said, you won't have our service with it, and the guy in Belize or Panama that sells you a cheap corporation will not understand your tax problem or your regulatory issue, and by him not knowing this will cost you a lot of time and money. I've been there. I know how to solve your problems. I went through this myself. And folks, what I would tell you is, if you're not going to get the help through our company, get it through somebody. And you can get your taxes down to zero, but you have to make the first move and a 100% commitment that you're going to make the move and get it done. If you have a question or comment, put it below and send it to us, and we'll be glad to help you out. If you want any new videos, hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen. We'll get all new videos out to you as they come out automatically. Thank you for your time today, and I'll look forward to talking to you on our next video. Take care. Bye.